On today's magical Famicom Friday, we are checking out the entire second stage of Sailor Moon for the Super Famicom. Wow! This video will cover the entire second stage, including the amusement park portion and the snack world portion later in the stage, as well as the game's boss. Alright, hit it, Johnny!
Sailor Venus, Sailor Mars, Sailor Mercury, Sailor Jupiter, Focus at the Earth, Goodbye Team Barrel, Yay! Sailor Moon, Sailor Scotch, from Delta.
There's some games that are beat 'em ups that I have a really hard time with. One of them is Battletoads Battle Maniacs on Super Nintendo. That's a really hard game. This one's, I'd say it's above average difficulty. I think it is, at least. I can do Streets of Rage, I can do... Sure, I'm alright at Final Fight. I've played it too much. I've beaten Turtles in Time, stuff like that. But this game I've never beaten. And I've only made it to like level 3 or 4, I think. And, well, I can do easy mode because, once again, on easy mode it cuts off most of the game. It doesn't really count. On the normal and hard difficulties, it gets really hard. So now we're on the second stage, like, completely second stage. The last level had 2 different, like, phases or variations to it. Throughout the level, watch out for the crane with the crazy panda bear driver. That's weird. I don't know what his story is. I don't think he's really an enemy, he's just part of the amusement park that we're walking through. But why don't we have to walk on the train tracks? It doesn't really do that much more damage than an actual attack. It's range, which helps, but it's not that powerful. Not as powerful as your actual special ability, which, once again, isn't always the best thing to use. I guess it's good if you're like being surrounded by enemies, because then you're hitting like 2 or 3 guys at the same time, which is helpful. And it's good on boss fights occasionally. You don't get health packs too often. It's not like enemies drop health packs or items. You just find them in the same specific spots on each level. So you're never going to get item drop from an enemy. You might get like a weapon. I don't know if they have that in this. You know, like Double Dragon on NES, you would get like a whip. People would drop a whip or like a knife. I don't think they have anything like that in this. They might. I feel like they don't. I don't remember having that in this. Let's see if I can take down some of these demons. This game is kind of slow-paced. They have a lot of health. I wish you could play the whole game on easy mode because it would just easier, I guess? I don't know. It's like easy mode's more like a trial. How you got me there. But yeah, so it's just kind of slow-paced, and the way they fly off screen, take forever to get up, and it just makes the game go by slower than it should. Otherwise, aside from like little nitpick things, which are not really that big of a deal, this game's great. I really like it. It's fun. It's kind of upbeat. It has violence, but it's not like over-the-top gory or too serious. It doesn't have much of a story, as far as I can tell. There's no very many cutscenes. It has some variety with 5 different playable characters. Maybe more? I don't know if you can unlock anyone. I don't think so. I think this is like the early season and series of Sailor Moon. It has memorable stuff from the show. It's got the theme song at the start. It's got a lot of good stuff going for it. It's a fun game. I don't know if I ever really heard of this as a kid when I was watching the show. I think I was like, I think the English dub actually came out a little bit after I was Super Nintendo generation, or maybe like towards the end of the Super Nintendo generation. So I didn't even think of this being on Super Nintendo. I didn't find out about this game until I bought it. I might have known about it before. It's hard to remember, but I know when I found out about it about a year ago, when I started collecting Super Famicom games, so I haven't really been collecting them for that long. I just bought it immediately. It's like, okay, this would be awesome. Beat 'em up Sailor Moon game. The only thing I didn't know is how hard it was going to be, which isn't really a big deal. But I would like to play more of the gameplay than I have. So far, I've only played up to like the 3rd or 4th stage where you fight like a clone version of yourself. Think of it like everything's horizontal, all these horizontal lines. You have to line up and face the enemy at the exact point so I can throw the tiara at her, or at them. It's a different enemy. That guy's one of the... Oh, he's got like a second health bar. It's like almost like a mini-boss. You guys are one of the worst because I just do it slide and I don't really know how to dodge it that well. So even if it like barely hits you, it knocks you down. I'll have to start using my special attack. Whoa! Yeah. If I have enough health, I'll do it. Oh, there we go. Nice combo there. Okay, see, I just like wasted 2 of those attacks. I didn't do anything to them. Yeah, that's not... Come on, dude. Throw you on the ground this time. We got him? Yeah, we got him. It's not really... It's kind of like a midway boss. Take down these guys. I always thought the designs of some of these enemies are pretty cool in Sailor Moon. Like, kind of look like... I don't know, they kind of look like something from like Halo almost. Or like StarCraft maybe? A little bit? Protoss? Is that what they're called in StarCraft? I don't played that game series in a long time. Some of them do. Other ones look like demons. You can tell they're inspired by like some Japanese mythology. Because they also remind me of things I've seen in other anime and artwork. Stuff like that. Wow, we're getting quadrupled. Oh, her little portrait. Like, she cries in the portrait too. I think we've got 3 more continues now. So, take care of those guys pretty fast. So you have to have your charge meter completely filled before you can let go and attack. Really, you don't give me enough time to charge up. I feel like this game would be beatable on a co-op or something like that. You either have to be really precise, keep a good eye on your health, dodging, and kind of taking your time with it. If you try to rush in, like, you know, or you make too many mistakes, you'll just run out of lives before you make it to the end of the game. And we're pretty far on this level. Another strategy that, you know, it's pretty basic is if you see food there, it's not going to disappear right away, which is good. You don't have to break items to find health items. It just stays there, so you can fight these guys, and if your health's full or pretty high up like mine is, wait until the fight's done, or see if you get hit or something during the fight, then you can go pick up the health. That way it'll restore, you won't waste any like restore points, you know? Let's see. I mean, it is easier to, so you know how I'm like jump kicking everything? It's easier to do a lot of damage if you do like a combo, like just your basic attack combo 3 times. Or if you grab them and throw them, that does damage too. But the jump kicks don't do much damage and they knock them back. The reason I've been doing the jump kicks is because I don't get hurt. For most of the enemies, they don't end up hurting me. Because I'm doing the jump kick. Every once in a while I'll try to throw them, but you don't want to try to grab them at first. I think for today's Famicom Friday, we're already going on like half an hour. This game is slow, and I will edit it to make it seem shorter for you, so it'll fit into like a 15-minute or less video, like most of the Famicom Fridays are. But we're also going to stop at the end of this level, just because it's already been like half an hour, or more actually. So yeah, we could probably make it a little bit further since we have a lot of continues. And we still got 3 lives on this continue, but doing pretty good. I might actually continue playing it and just get the video early, but keep playing it on my own, because it's actually fun. It's fun. I've never beaten it, so it'd be cool to have it completed on video too, but we'll see how it goes. If I continue to play this, I'll probably play it all the way to game over. At least to game over. I mean, there's not too much to do else besides just what I'm doing now. There's easy mode, which has shortened game length. I haven't even tried hard mode. Actually, I think I did try hard mode once. Enemies have bigger health bars, like right at the very start of the game, and also on easy mode they have smaller health bars. Go down. That's kind of a nice change of pace. Instead of walking forward, you go diagonal. Which, I mean, it's not really a big deal or anything, but it's always neat to see that. They do that in Ninja Turtles Arcade. I think one of the Streets of Rage has a thing where you're not just going side to side. It's not really good for the gameplay because you can't fill up the whole screen, but it's a nice change of pace. Gives it a little more depth, even though it's not really a big thing. Speaking of depth in this game, a lot of these games are two-dimensional, and I'm not really sure why. But when like the N64 and PS1 came out, there's not really like there was a decline in these type of games. Maybe because they're too arcadey, or the beat-em-up genre was just dying out or getting stale for a while. So there's a lot on the Super Nintendo and a lot on the Genesis too. Even some on arcades that never made it to consoles, like Simpsons, or The Simpsons, which is a great one. But I'm trying to grab these games. What was I gonna say? Oh, there isn't really, as far as I can think of. I don't know. Maybe there is, and I just can't think of it right now. 3D beat 'em ups. What would that be? Like, there is some today with like indie games and stuff. I see a lot of like Streets of Rage, stuff like that. There's a 3D Double Dragon, but what I'm talking about is like you actually like can move the camera and like go in 3D, but still be an arcade style multiplayer beat 'em up. I don't know. I don't think there's really anything like that. Even the newer ones like Double Dragon Neon and the new Streets of Rage game, I think it's Streets of Rage 4. Those games, they have 3D elements in them. I don't know if Streets of Rage 4 does. Double Dragon Neon definitely does. And those games, they're not like you actually do anything more than going side to side. Maybe it's just tradition, or it's just the way the genre is. But I'm wondering why they kind of didn't do that. I know they did with Gauntlet, which is kind of a beat 'em up. It's like, you could call it like a hack and slash or a beat 'em up. It's just like this, with swords. Gauntlet games are really fun. Series. One of my favorite series is Gauntlet. I should do a video on that someday. I have done the first 2 Gauntlet games in a review. But those made it into 3D on the N64 and GameCube. In arcade and those other consoles around that time. So here we go, second stage boss. And we've got a minion on here, a little backup baddie. She's kind of tricky because she teleports around, so this is going to take a little while to do this. Oh, there's 2 bad guys that are stuck together. This is going to be kind of hard. But the spin attack does a lot of damage. Let's kick her out of the way. Take down that guy. She teleports around and does this like spin combo. Get out of here. And her health is just starting to decline. So it's weird. It's one of those games where... Oh, I was lucky. It's one of those games where enemy's health bar doesn't go down, but you're still actually hurting it. And so I'm still doing damage to her. The health bar doesn't deplete because it's that big. It's like you have 3 health bars and you have like so many health bars that doesn't show them all. How games do that? There's a bunch of games that do that. I'll keep track of which ones have that. I definitely like it better when I can see what damage I'm doing to them. Where's she? I was lucky that at one time I was pressing forward and she teleported right to where I was, so I grabbed her immediately. I don't know if you saw that. It was pretty cool. Okay, so we lost that life. The 1 is your last life. So you have 3, 2, and 1. Some games, like, when it says you have X0 lives, you actually get to play on that 0, which is cool. I like when the 0 counts. Oh, she's almost dead. Yeah, this is easier. The blue cat was hard the first level. This one's easier to understand the pattern. I mean, I died twice. I think we're gonna get her in the next couple combos. So you can just stand there. She's not gonna move forward. Heck, she's not moving at all. What's that? She's stuck? No. Wait, what's the point of this ranged attack if I can't? What? Okay, what is going on? I'm gonna walk away. She's not doing her teleport combo or anything. Okay, she broke it, but she's moving. See, that's weird. Like, she was standing still completely, and I still couldn't hit her no matter where I aimed with the tiara attack. Like, what's the point of having a ranged attack like that if it doesn't hit anything? Or I guess rarely hits things. So we beat level 2. Just a mask, got a D rank again. I don't know how I could do any better, really. I mean, I kill all the enemies. Stay tuned next week on Famicom Friday as we take on the next exciting level of Sailor Moon for the Super Famicom.